How's it going, everyone? Nicholas Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Superman Lois, Season 3, Episode 7, titled Forever and Always. Uh, this episode is a doozy and a half. The episode starts off with Lois throwing up because chemo. She's nauseous due to chemo. And as they are, apparently she threw up on Clark's shirt. Now, Natalie and John Henry are getting ready for a lunch date with Mateo. Mateo's coming over. Oh boy. Now, Sarah's spending time with her sister, and Lana's a little bit away. She's not too far. Within arm's reach, right? They're like one seat away. So obviously this is more or less as a result of what happened last episode where Sophie ran away because she felt like people didn't want her around. And so it's going from I can barely stand from I'm too busy for you, not so much I can barely obviously, to like hanging out with little sister, which is great. You know, you love to see it. Chrissy comes in and oh boy, things get a little awkward. Chrissy's like, look, nothing happened between us while you guys were married, right? Like Chrissy gets like super defensive, but like please believe me, I didn't do anything wrong. Don't hate me. And then Sarah just just like a whiplash word with her word, like a crack of a whip with her words, and I'm just like. Anyway, Lana tells her off a little bit, and Chrissy leaves. Now Sarah eventually goes to that place where she's supposed to go see a movie with him, but Kyle has invited Chrissy. Of course, Sarah doesn't take this well, and when Kyle texts Chrissy saying he has to stay at the station all day, Chrissy's like, here, gave her ticket to Sarah, and was just like, take whoever you want, and walks away. Um, Sarah, Sarah realizing maybe she's been a bit too harsh with Chrissy, tells her to wait up, and they go together. Now, John Henry, gets a little too aggressive with Mateo. Um, During lunch, and Natalie's like, "Nope, we're going to the movies. Thanks for ruining lunch," and they go off. So while Mateo and Natalie are watching a movie, so are Chrissy and Sarah. Now, while this is happening, Lois goes off to another round of chemo, and Jordan and Jonathan head for the fortress where they talk to the grandmother and ask her if there's anything that Kryptonian science can do. Alara's just like, possibly, but it'll more than likely kill her because humans are a little bit more squishy than Kryptonians are, especially Kryptonians on Earth. Now, Clark hears this because, you know, super hearing, and rushes off, and they get into a screaming match. Laura's just like watching all this, and it's bad. They get into a screaming match. Clark's like, go home, and then goes back to the hospital. Now Clark goes to visit Bruno Mannheim, and they have a discussion where Bruno is like, what would you do? How far would you go to save your wife? And he keeps pushing at that point. Now Lois also does fuck up a conversation with Pia. She goes like full interrogation mode for some reason. Uh, it, it just feels odd. Clark tells her, you know, But Clark has she has a conversation with Clark, I think, after that, and then she goes to apologize, and they talk some more. Now, while Bruno is pushing very much this, it's your wife, dude. Clark, it clicks. We're not talking about his wife. We're talking about Bruno's. Bruno is being so pushy with the cancer treatments because someone he cares about has cancer. Ho 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 ho. Bruno takes Clark down to the waiting room as Pia's last cancer treatment is done and reveals to both Lois and Clark that the reason he is so gung ho about it is his wife. He's doing it for his wife. Now, while this is now they go up to the roof, so that Pia can ring the bell, saying "screw cancer," which I am 100% agree with that. Screw cancer. Um, Jonathan and Jordan find Lois's last will and testament and the goodbye letters. And so when the group, when Lois and Clark head home, they get confronted by their kids, where it is brought up no more secrets. That was said, I believe, last season or the season before that. Um, where the entire family agreed no more secrets, and yet that's another secret. They talk about it. Jonathan goes for the throat while they're arguing outside, reminding Clark that Hope did not stop his dad from having a heart attack or his mom from having a stroke. And it can't cure cancer either, and just walks away. Right? He went straight for the throat in that argument. Like, holy crap! I was not expecting that. That line, I'm just like, slow the fuck down. Holy shit, bro. That's your grandparents, adoptive. But like, those are your grandparents you just used as a weapon. Holy fucking shit, man. That's not okay. Um. Anyway, after that, everyone apologizes, and everyone, is like, look, if the worst happens, we'll get to it when we get to it, kind of thing. Now, during this episode, we flash back to Bruno Mannheim and Pia way back when, before Bruno, rose up the ladder of the underworld. And we find out that Pia was working for another person before they got together. Now, for the final little bit, we have uh Mateo and Natalie exit the theater. Chrissy and Sarah also exit the theater. And who should come upon them but John Henry and Lana? John Henry talks to Mateo, and all's well that ends well. Lana and Sarah have a conversation about how Lana is stuck in her ways, kind of. And if she could do anything, what would it be? It's to shoot up fireworks. They go and shoot up the fireworks together, while Jonathan and Clark are having another conversation, which includes, you know, Clark being unaffected by wine, and even though he's drinking some, which is, I mean, hey, I've done the same. Although for me, it just used to take a bit, for it to hit, as opposed to it never hits. Anyway, that's the episode. Um, Overall, it's pretty good, pretty good. I enjoyed it. I do wish that Jonathan didn't go for the throat the way he did, but I mean, hey, Clark is being weird. I get that it's normal, but it's also really weird. Like, come on, Clark. You can't just be like, hope, hope. Not even Kara's this optimistic. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section down below. That's good for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.